అంతరిక్షంలో త్రివర్ణ కీర్తి పతాకను ఎగరవేసిన శుభాంశు శుక్లా స్పేస్ టూర్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా ముగిసింది. శుక్లా సహా మరో ముగ్గురు వ్యోమగాములతో కూడిన డ్రాగన్ వ్యోమనౌక భూమి మీదకు చేరుకుంది. కాలిఫోర్నియా పసిఫిక్ సముద్రంలోని తీర ప్రాంతంలో వీరి స్పేస్ క్రాఫ్ట్ ల్యాండ్ అయింది. లైవ్ చూస్తున్నాం.
We have you loud and clear on Dragon Drill.
Copy, Dragon. We have you the same.
वापस आ गए हैं, धरती पे आ गए हैं, कैसा लग रहा है?
अभी हाँ बिल्कुल धरती पे आ गए हैं। बहुत प्राउड मोमेंट है हमारे देश के लिए भी और पूरे नेशन, मेरे लिए एंड पूरे नेशन के लिए ऑफ कोर्स। एंड अभी भी प्रोसेसिंग इज गोइंग ऑन। अभी उनको उस कूप से बाहर आना है, विच वी आर वेटिंग फॉर। दैट प्रोसेस इज गोइंग ऑन एंड वी आर हाईली एक्साइटेड। शब्द कम पड़ रहे हैं, अभी कोई स्केल नहीं है प्राउड का, वरना वो स्केल टूट जाता आज ऑफ कोर्स। थैंक यू सो मच।
कम पड़ रहे हैं आज, कैसा लग रहा है? क्या
अवश्य लहराया है अंतरिक्ष में और ये बहुत बड़ी चीज है हमारे लिए। हम बहुत उत्साहित हैं।
मैंने देखा आप हाथ जोड़े थी और कुछ जाप कर रही थी जिस वक्त वो प्रोसीजर चल रहा था।
అంతరిక్షంలో త్రివర్ణ కీర్తి పతాకను ఎగరవేసిన శుభాంశు శుక్లా స్పేస్ టూర్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా ముగిసింది. శుక్లా సహా మరో ముగ్గురు వ్యోమగాములతో కూడిన డ్రాగన్ వ్యోమనౌక భూమి మీదకు చేరుకుంది. కాలిఫోర్నియా పసిఫిక్ సముద్ర తీరంలోని తీర ప్రాంతంలో వీరి స్పేస్ క్రాఫ్ట్ ల్యాండ్ అయ్యింది. అప్పటికే అక్కడ సిద్ధంగా ఉండే స్పెషల్ రికవరీ షిప్ వెంటనే డ్రాగన్ క్యాప్సూల్ ని చేరుకుంది. క్యాప్సూల్ నుంచి వారు బయటకి రాగానే వైద్య పరీక్షలు నిర్వహించి క్వారంటైన్ కు తరలించనుంది నాసా. భూ వాతావరణానికి అలవాటు పడేదాకా శుభాంశు బృందాన్ని వారం రోజుల పాటు ఏకాంతంలో ఉంచనుంది.
And now Peggy Whitson flying for a second time on a Dragon spacecraft. At SpaceX we're trying to make these.
ईश्वर साथ में है। ईश्वर ने ही उसको वहाँ पहुँचाया था, उसी की दुआओं से उसी के सब पहुँचाया था, उसी ने सब सुरक्षित लैंड कराया। सब कुछ वही है।
क्या कहेंगे बाकी?
अब कुछ नहीं, आगे आने वाली पीढ़ी को सबक लेना चाहिए, सीखना चाहिए। जिसको आगे बढ़ना है वो आगे बढ़े अपना इसी तरह से।
Mission lineage, right, allows crew members like Peggy Whitson, like Michael Lopez Alegria, to better help inform the next crews that are coming with them, right? The more familiarity that you get.
कैसा लग रहा है? परिवार वालों ने लाइव टेलीकास्ट देखा है उनके आने की, कितनी खुशी हुई? देखा गया कि मदर जो है उनकी भावुक भी हो गई।
नहीं, हम सब भावुक हो गए और कल जब से अनडॉकिंग हुई थी तब से हम लोग वेट कर रहे थे इसी मोमेंट का, बिकॉज यही सबसे क्रिटिकल मोमेंट होता है लैंडिंग का। किस तरीके से स्पीड जो है 27,000 से वापस ज़ीरो पे आना। और आप कैप्सूल देख के अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हो वो कैप्सूल पूरा काला पड़ गया है, इतनी ज़्यादा हीट उसमें आई थी। तो हम सब लोग जो सहम गए थे और सबकी आंखों में आंसू थे, आंसू खुशी के आंसू थे, क्योंकि एक जो मिशन भारत का लेके उड़ा था मेरा भाई, वो पूरा करके वापस आ गया है।
सर देश के लिए और उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए बड़ा दिन है, परिवार वालों के लिए बड़ा दिन है सर। देश में, पूरी दुनिया में नाम हो रहा है, कितना बड़ा दिन मानते हैं?
बहुत बड़ा दिन है ये, स्वर्णिम अक्षरों से लिखा जाने वाला दिन है। एक 25 जून था जब शुभांशु शुक्ला गए थे और एक आज का दिन है जो वापस लौट के आए हैं। तो एक भारत की आशा को लेके गए, एक उनका भारत का नाम अंतरिक्ष में स्पेस मिशन में कैसे बढ़ाना है उसके काम को बढ़ाने के लिए उनकी पहली सीढ़ी है। तो बहुत बड़ा दिन है ये, बहुत बड़ा दिन है।
सर कब तक जो है यहाँ लखनऊ आना होगा इनका, या आप लोग जाएंगे?
नहीं, बिल्कुल इनका लखनऊ आना तो मैं नहीं कह सकता, लेकिन हाँ दिल्ली आना है। पहले तो अभी 7 दिन ये रिहैबिलिटेशन में रहेंगे, उसके बाद फिर जो है ये दिल्ली आएंगे। लखनऊ आने का प्रोग्राम बाद में पता चलेगा, तो फिर आपको भी पता चलेगा।
सर किस तरह से स्वागत की तैयारियां हैं, क्योंकि समय तो आप आ ही गए धरती पे, अब तो आप लोग स्वागत की तैयारियां भी कर रहे हैं।
सरप्राइज़ है, लेकिन हाँ घर को सजा रहे हैं और उनको क्या पसंद है वो खाने का इंतज़ाम हो रहा है, तो उनको खिलाएंगे पिलाएंगे और पूरे मैं तो लखनऊ का चक्कर भी लगवाएंगे कि देखो किस तरीके से लखनऊ उनका पूरा स्वागत कर रहा है। थैंक यू सर।
Now we are going to celebrate.
प्लान कर रहे थे उस टाइम भी कुछ आपने मन में कुछ
नहीं, कुछ नहीं, वी वर क्लूलेस। कभी कभी आप होता है एक सिचुएशन ऐसी होती है जहाँ पे आप शून्य में चले जाते हैं, और ये वो सिचुएशन थी, और ये वही था कि हम वो शून्य में बस उस ब्यूटी को देख रहे थे, और दैट इज
अब किस क्षण पे क्या कुछ है?
हैप्पी, एक्साइटेड एंड प्राउड।
Multiple Dragon spacecraft at this point kind of highlight that. To be ready to support missions like these from even well before crew is on the launch pad, all the way through splashdown, pulling them onto the recovery vessel here for the Dragon spacecraft. And you can see on your screen both the fast boat and the recovery vessel Shannon making approach.
Yes, of course, it's too excited. It's बहुत ज़्यादा excited है of course, और यही लैंडिंग ही देखने के लिए हम लोग बहुत वेट कर रहे थे. This was the last stage.
Ring that you see there at the end of the recovery vessel there. And once the spacecraft is nestled into the nest, it'll translate to a deck that meets the height of where the hatch on the Dragon spacecraft is. That'll enable the crew to egress or exit the spacecraft easily onto a platform in the recovery vessel.
And talking about the crew, Jesse, we've mentioned this idea of this kind of understanding the aspects of spaceflight, as mentioned earlier, being able to do STEM engagement on the mission, but also being able to spend time and honestly, your crew commander being somebody like Peggy Whitson, for Shooks and Suave and Tibor to be able to take that knowledge back to their respective space agencies and to their countries. Is a huge step forward for what you just mentioned earlier about making sure that that human spaceflight as a team sport continues for everybody to understand what's going on, because now Shooks and Suave and Tibor have a very important distinction, and they now have a very unique perspective on what it takes for a human spaceflight mission to occur. as first time astronauts, they're going to take back all that knowledge from their time on the International Space Station and be able to make huge impacts with their space agencies and their countries.
Yeah, I'm sure they learned a lot from Peggy Whitson, but also the other crew members that are currently on board the International Space Station. They got to interact with so many different people with diverse skills.
Exactly.
And 18 days is quite a long time in space.
It is.
So it's a good amount of time. I believe this is the longest duration for an Axiom space mission so far.
That's right. We heard a lot of those kind of sentiments shared between the AX-4 crew and the Expedition 73 crew currently on the International Space Station during their farewell ceremony, during their undocking last night. It really kind of underscored the aspect of, once you're up there, once that hatch is open, it's all one team.
Mm-hmm.
It is, like we keep saying, it's a team sport, but once they were in there integrating with the Expedition 73 crew, that AX-4 crew was learning so much more. And it was highlighted in everything that they were able to execute, right? We mentioned earlier over 60 research projects, over 20 STEM engagements, outreach events. Over 18 days, that's an incredible amount of time packed into their timeline, just coupled with sleeping and being there. But also like the aspects that they're not timeline, but engaging with the crew, sharing cultural touch points, understanding each other, getting to learn each other. And they did have the benefit of getting to meet this Expedition 73 crew before their flight. So by the time they were opening that hatch, they kind of knew each other. And I think it's an incredible aspect of this mission for sure.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder what their comms were. I'll meet you in space.
Exactly right. I wish I had the ability to say that. That'd be so cool.
One day when we're all able to fly in space.
All right, sounds good. I'll see you in space then.